Okay, so you got an offer for a job, but is it a product management job? Are you going to become a product manager? Should you accept this position? I'm here to help. Hi, I'm Dr. Bart and I'll be your product management teacher. Today, we'll be reevaluating your offer to see if you are being hired as a product manager or someone under only a title of product manager, or the other way around, that the company you want to work for doesn't really give product manager positions as per title, but it looks like it's a product manager position to you. But is it? Is it not? Let me give you a few questions to ask in order to reevaluate the offer you've been presented with, so you can decide whether you are actually progressing your product management career or not. The first question: are you at least partially responsible for creating a roadmap? That is very important. You may be hired as a junior product manager or project manager that will have barely any say or no say in the roadmap, and you'll be just executing someone else's strategy. So that's like I don't know question, like the middle one, because you may not be responsible for the roadmap at all and still be a product manager. And that's okay, that's the junior thing to do. But at the same time, being a product manager is all about that long-term thinking strategy. And if you are just executing someone else's will and putting tickets into the backlog and then making sure that the team understands them, that's, well, something in between. So unless this position will eventually get you promoted to have impact on the roadmap, then it might not be what you're looking for. At the same time, you don't have to be the sole person responsible. You can have a small part of the product that you'll be looking after, and that's your roadmap. Or you can be a part of a team and have a manager that's responsible in the end for the roadmap, but you'll be working with your team to contribute to that you'll be a part of the team that shapes that roadmap. That's okay. That's product management. You don't have to do everything alone. That's fine. Question number 2. Are you given a backlog to manage? And the manage part is very important because you can be given a backlog to execute, but managing it is something different. You need to have the freedom to change the priorities of the backlog. You need to be able to write new tickets, and it's connected to the last question we'll have on this list. But as long as you have the rights to change the backlog at will, then it's a product management position. Again, project managers will more likely only execute the backlog as it is given without having any input here. So be sure to ask, am I okay to manage my own backlog and to reprioritize tasks as I see fit? Question number 3. Will you be given or be setting up the goals in an OKR style? That's like maybe not one-to-one as this might come up with in the conversation, but basically you will need to have product goals or at least set them. If it's anything other than that, then it can raise a red flag. If this is a project manager position or something different, then someone may say that there are no goals, that you are just to execute your duties. That's not how product managers work. You have to have some kind of a goal, some kind of a strategy that you execute and shape, and without it, it's just 9 to 5 job with an Excel spreadsheet that you have to execute, and that's not what product managers do. So make sure that the expectations are set in goals that you want to reach in a certain amount of time. Question number 4. Are you responsible for asking what problems to fix and in which order to fix them, and not how to implement a particular solution? This is again something that will help you tell the project from product manager position. As a product manager, you should not be expected to know how to implement a specific feature or a solution. You should know which solutions are there to be implemented first to solve the more pressing problems. So the actual thing is to identify the problems to fix first. Depending on the order of the seniority, you will be either prioritizing the problems to solve or the solutions to those problems. That's really how it works as you develop. However, the means of implementing that is something that the development team has to figure out in an ideal product management position. You can be, of course, a technical product manager. That's a merger between project and product manager with a specialistic technical knowledge that I will or have talked on another video. But for the core, the true product management, it's only about selecting problems to fix and having a team to fix them for you. And that leads me to the next question. Are you given a team to implement the solutions you come up with? The team aspect is very important. There are product managers that are only given a problem, an area of the product to solve, without a team to solve it, and what you will be doing is also finding a team to implement those solutions for you. It may not sound too scary, but being effectively a product stakeholder that has to talk to an actual product manager that has a team that can do the work for you is a very frustrating experience. That is not a true product management position. Because as a product manager, you have to be responsible and have tools to execute whatever solution strategy you come up with. As a true product manager, you have to be equipped with tools to execute your solutions and product strategy. The tool, so to say, is your development team, or, well, it could be something that you code on your own, but if you're starting to code, you're no longer a product manager, you're some kind of a weird hybrid that might deviate you from what's the core of the position, what's the ideal setting. At the same time, more senior product managers will have those teams but won't have to interact with them too much. It's not about being the tech lead. It's about having people very talented, very passionate, that will take the solutions you have identified as the best one and work on them, make them into code, into product, into solutions that will serve the users in the best possible way. And the final question. Are your product decisions final? Again, product managers are of different levels of seniority, and you will be a part of a team that will have a product lead, head of product. But if you are a true product manager, that means that the head of product is giving you a different product, is giving you an area of a product where your word should be final, where you make the decisions on what's the best possible course of action, because you are there to be focused on that area of product, that you know the KPIs best, that you know the performance best, that you know the team, you know all the details that should lead you to making best possible choices. The head of the product won't have those details. He or she might request them. You might be second guessed, there might be input from your manager, but at the same time, you should have the freedom of shaping your own decisions and not be forced to get an approval for every backlog change that you implement that's more than significant. You should not be required to double check each of your product backlog decisions with a manager. Of course, if there's a situation where you are planning a big product shift or a project that will take months of labor, and you are not 100% sure, or you want your manager's feedback, there's nothing wrong with asking, with discussing, with having a broader discussion and getting the input, as long as you have the competence and the trust to say, I know that this is a difficult call to make, but I'm confident it's the best one I can take right now. If every decision you make needs a signature from someone else, it's not a true product manager position. It's a junior one that will imply that you don't have enough skills or experience to do those decisions on your own, or the structure of the team is done in a way that there's not enough trust put into product managers. So that's not necessarily a company you want to invest your time with, or depending on your level of seniority, you don't want to work with, because it will be just frustrating that everything will take forever to execute because of the signatures you have to collect. Of course, if you are a junior product manager, it's okay to have a mentor that helps to double check your decisions, but only in a way to teach you that, to give you the experience that you still have to collect. Okay? And it's normal that the junior will have more supervision. But we're talking here about a matured product manager. So those were the 6 questions I would like you to ask yourself before taking on a product manager position. If you're in doubt, if you can't answer them before making a decision to accept or reject an offer, it's more than okay to reach out to HR, to your future manager, and ask those questions. Have an additional 10-20 minute call to clarify and make sure that you get the answers that satisfy you. Because this is just a video to help you out, right? I'm not telling you to reject an offer if any of those questions don't meet the outcome I suggest. This is your life, this is your career, and it's only to help you to decide whether the role you're taking on is a truly product manager's position that will help you develop your product career, or it's something different that might work for you as well. Maybe project management with product management is something you like. Maybe the technical product manager position is also okay because it will help you get the initial experience you need to then shift to a true product manager position. It really all depends. But to be there, to be in a situation where you can be asked those questions, you have to first have strong knowledge and experience of a product manager. I can help with that with my Udemy course and my newly released version of that on Skillshare that's much more compact, shorter, but has all the same beats and all the same information you need from the original course. So I'll leave the links in the description of the video below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.